live with you on Kevin David's page right now. I got myself, Drew, I got Rory with me, and I also have Louis Sivan. So for all of you Shopify gurus out there who guys are trying to take advantage of the Q4, what I want you to do right now is type in #live. If you're watching this live, and #replay if you're watching this on the replay. The reason why I asked you to do this in particular is because we always like to choose our free giveaway winners. And this free giveaway today is going to be Kevin David's best-selling book, The Unfair Advantage. So for those of you who haven't known, that book is one of the best books as far as new entrepreneurs get into the mindset of actually becoming an entrepreneur. All right, so if you're going to be the winner or you want to be in the running, you have to put in that #live or #replay if you're watching this on the replay. We look for people who to be most likely engaged. So the more comments and questions you put in, the more comments that you put into the box that we can see and engage with you, we will be, you'll be one of the people who are going to be in the runnings for actually being selected for this free giveaway. Now, so to my right is going to be Louis Sivan, who is the CEO of ShopInspect, which we'll be going through to show you how to take full advantage of this awesome tool. And what I have with me, I have with me right now, dead smack in the middle, is the main man, Rory, who has massive experience with Shopify and also creating Facebook ads, which he'll be showing you in a moment. So that way you guys can take full advantage. I mean, literally look over his shoulder. He's going to share his screen and show you all the cheat codes on how to create one of the best, most viral product video. So that way you can get going on Shopify right away. So guys, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Louis. Let him do a self intro, and also Rory soon after. So that way you guys can get well acquainted, and we're going to get on with the live.
My name's Louis. I started the company and I built the software ShopInspect. We've got every single Shopify store in the world in our database. It's 800,000 as of this week. Every single product of every single one of those 800,000 stores is on our database, so you can search to see any product in the world. And then we track all the purchases out of AliExpress, and we track how many are getting bought and how fast they're getting bought. And we identify which the fastest growing, fastest trending products are that kind of fit a drop shipping framework. And so we put that into our hot trending products to let you guys pick the best selling products, for your stores. And I'm gonna watch Rory do all that. Don't stuff it up, Rory. Come on.
Oh, don't make me nervous, Louis. This is my first time. God. All right, guys. Hello, I'm Rory. Look, my background is basically 20 years marketing experience and 20 years designing brands for businesses. So designed hundreds of brands, produced hundreds of websites. Today, we're going to show you really the power of ShopInspect and how ridiculously easy it is to find a viral product using this amazing software, and how quickly you can turn that into putting it on your Shopify store and turn that then into creating a Facebook ad. So why don't we just get straight into this? And then Louis, why don't you just smack me down if I'm doing anything wrong, okay?
Absolutely, I can't wait. We got 22 people watching you already, so let's see if we can get it up to 100.
Awesome.
Yeah, feel free to hashtag blooper in the comments or something if I get this wrong. All right, let's get started, all right? I'm going to share my screen here. Let me know. It's coming up. All righty. Okay, so we are in our ShopInspect store. Check out the link. Right, we're going to be putting that up at different times during this live. Check out the link so you can get our crazy special. Right, for now, we're in our Shopify, our ShopInspect store, and I can come in here and I can type in stuff in here if I want to find if I want to do a bit of a search. But for now, I'm just going to show you the easy way, guys. All right, so I'm going to come in here. I can go to hot trending topics. And I'm going to see ShopInspect is literally going to spit out all of these trending products for us. So, you can just browse through. as Lewis recommends, find something that really, appeals to you. So here's something that I really like. It's a glow-in-the-dark sticker set. I've got 2 young daughters, Nikita and Sienna. Sienna is horrible at nighttime. I'm sure if you guys are parents out there, you would agree that can be a real pain in the butt. So this looks like a really appealing thing for me to get for her, to just make nighttime a bit more magical and provide a bit of a distraction. So great product. I really like it. As you can see here, I'm going to take you through it. It's got a 4.5-star rating. I've already added this to my favorites, but if I remove it, I can add that back, okay? I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. You can see that this has a 69% growth. I think that's some sort of a sign, seeing 69 is Kevin David's favorite number. And we're going to go through here and show you a bit about this stuff. So price, this is the price you should be buying it for. Very quick breakdown about how many orders we've had here. All right, but the power is down here, guys. Okay, the analytics, ShopInspect is just giving you everything. All right, so they're giving you the factory price. They're telling you that shipping is already included. So that cost to you, right, after your client buys it from you, your cost is $1.38. They recommend selling it for $7.99. That's a $6.61 profit per sale, okay? Now, right here, we have suggested interest for ad targeting, okay? Sometimes these are usually pretty good. Right now, I would probably focus on decorative arts, and you can add your own in, okay? But just for now, you can see that we've got suggested interest here for targeting. If we scroll down here, we can see the breakdown of who's buying this product. You can see it's heavily stacked in the female favor as opposed to the males, all right? So possibly we're going to create our ad. We're just going to focus on the females at this stage, right? And in here, you can see a breakdown of the age brackets of the people who are buying. So of your 72% females, the majority, you can see that it's quite heavily stacked in the 25 to 34 and 35 to 44 age bracket. So that will give us a bit of a level for where we want to go with our ad targeting. All right. So now how are we going to get this onto our store? Well, first, we're going to do this. We're going to do this magical 1-button click to get our free video. So watch what I do here. And as you can see, in one click of a button, we've got our heading, our subheading, feature 2, subheading, etc., etc. Now, you want to spend a bit more time on this. ShopInspect does a great job, but it's always good to put as much effort into your listings as possible. I'm not going to go into that right now. I'm just going to show you how easy this is. You've got your images here, okay? I'm going to remove that one because I just don't think it fits the style of the video. And I'm going to click create video and show you what happens. As you can see, I've created a bunch of these videos already. That's the latest one, all right? You can download it, open it up, and look what happens. Come on. As a parent or as a grandmother or someone who's looking to buy something for a child, are you not going to get this? Are you not at least click on this?
Honestly, it looks pretty cool. I'm just sitting here watching it. I'm like, I can't believe that video got made in that short amount of time.
That's just kind of ridiculous, isn't it? Okay, so now we're going to chuck this up onto our store. We've got our video. Okay, now we're going to put this up onto our store, all right? So we're going to go back to my favorites. Here it is here, okay? This is very dead simple, okay? So let me just turn off my alarm. Something's going on here. Sorry. All right, so this tells you how to do that, obviously, but it's dead basic, so just watch what I do. I'm going to download the CSV, all right? Just open it up to show you what's in here. This spits out all the variants and things like that, titles, etc., for you to import. Okay, now I'm going to go into my store. Okay, Unemployed CEO. Well, it's not my store, it's King David's store, and I'm going to add this product. I'm simply going to import my product, choose file, and I'm going to go to my downloads, and I'm going to add that in. All right. As you can see, it asks you to preview your product first. Okay. Just don't worry too much about that right now. We're going to change all this stuff in a sec. I'm going to start import. It's currently importing the product. Give it some time. Internet's slow here in Australia. We're not advanced like you Americans and any of you guys else out there. And as you can see here, there's my product. Okay, so I'm going to click on this product now. Okay, I can change the title. I'm not going to change the title right now, but obviously, make it something a little bit more tempting than just this kind of generic one. And of course, you put in your description and you describe it as much as possible. Quick note here, guys. Descriptions, we're not going to go too much into copy here, but importantly, right, when you write descriptions, you need to be basically writing from the client's mind. If you can enunciate what your potential customer is thinking, the pain they're trying to escape, whatever it might be, better than they can, that's how you write a good product description. Okay, so I'm not going to go too much into that right now, but you can change your title, change your description. Okay, you can add more images in here. All right, and of course you'll go down here and you'll change your price to $7.99. I just put a 1 for stock keeping unit, but that's just how you track your order. Okay, and I'm going to save. Right. Now that I've saved that, I'm going to have a look at my product. Okay. And here it is on the store. Okay. So remember this URL link. Okay. So now that's how easy it is to get the product into the store. Put hashtag easy or something in there to tell me you agree that that's bloody easy. Okay. Now we're going to go into creating our ad. All right. So we go into Ads Manager. Right. If you haven't got an Ads Manager, there's a million YouTubes out there. Right here at Kevin David, we focus on Gin. Google it now. If you haven't figured out how to do that, maybe you shouldn't be in business. All right. So here we are. I've created my ad account. Right. So I've got my ad account here. I'm going to create my ad. Okay. This is telling me here's where I left off because I was making one earlier. I'm going to start over. Okay. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to click conversion. All right. And I'm going to move down to here. I'm going to select campaign budget optimization. And we're only going to start with $5. All right. Obviously, we can scale this if we work out that, this is a good product and it's selling. Then we can go into split testing. We can go into, expanding our audiences or lookalike audiences, whatever you want to do. But right now, we're just finding out if this is actually going to work. So we're going to just spend a $5 thing, okay? Okay, I'm going to go into here. I'm going to create my ad set name. Okay, so it could be, I don't know. We could just call it glow in the dark females. All right, I'm just obviously just sort of knocking this out very quickly, okay? We want a conversion event, which is purchase. Okay. Now, if you do not have a pixel, you can create your own pixel. All right. By going back to conversion. But basically, what you can do is you can view your pixel here. Email instructions will bring up the pixel ID. Okay. You can copy that. And this is how easy it is to install the pixel onto your Shopify website. We use an app called Pixel Magic. It's $10 from the App Store. Okay, you go onto your shop, into your shop. You add the app in here, and all you do is you paste your Pixel ID in there. Click Add, and that's going to put that all across the store, everywhere you want it. Okay, it's that easy, guys, to put your pixel in. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to our ad. Okay. And we've got my purchase selected. Watch out, because when you do this, it bloody selects something else. So I'm going to go back to website, select my pixel conversion event, which is around here somewhere, purchase, okay? And then I'm going to click dynamic creative, okay? I just like to have that clicked. And then we're going to go down here, and here is where we create our audience, all right? So we do not have a custom audience, so we're going to go in here. We're going to edit location. We can add the locations that we want. Okay, I'm just going to have Australia for now. All right. And our age bracket, we're going to go for, as we mentioned earlier, going into here. And we're going to go for 25 to 44. I'm just going to focus on those two biggest ones right now, 25 to 44. Okay, so age bracket is 25 to 44. Okay, and we're going to focus on females, all right? Like I said, we can expand this out later. Right now we want our detailed targeting. So going back into ShopInspect, the first thing is the most logical one is decorative arts. I'm going to put that, copy that, paste that in here. Right, I'm going to select that, and then I'm going to get some suggestions, okay? Creativity, you choose, all right? Interior design, there's arts and crafts, visual arts, do it yourself. There's some good stuff in there. We don't want to go too broad. This audience is obviously saying it's fairly broad. We can refine that a bit more, maybe remove one of these or something, okay? And then continue on down the page, right? Now we're going to do where we're going to place our ads, okay? There's nothing wrong with doing automatic placements, but if you really want to supercharge your ad at the start and get the best results, we always do edit placements, okay? And we don't need these for now. We can do these later on, but we know that basically this is the best place to start is your Facebook feed, your Instagram feed, and Marketplace is not too bad too, all right? So that's where we're just going to keep it for now, all right? Then we're going to move down to here, all right? And we're just going to, you can have your ads running for a specific date, et cetera, I'm going to press continue, okay? And in here, right, this is where we display our ad, right? I've got a Facebook page for my advertising agency, okay? But if you do not have a Facebook page, you can simply create one here. For something like this, you might not use I wouldn't use my advertising agency. I would create a new page and call it something like Kids Magical Bedrooms or something like that, okay? You got to put a bit of thought into it, obviously, right? But then you would select that from down here. And then you go to here, select your Instagram account. That's my Instagram account. I'm going to cruise down, right? And then I'm going to add media, right? So I'm going to add my video, right? I've added these videos in here, okay? But if you haven't uploaded like I already have, you just click to upload. You browse to where it is, and you just upload the video, okay? So that's been uploaded. I'm going to continue here along, okay? I don't want, you can add your logo and stuff like that. I'm not going to worry about that right now. All right. And then here, this is where you set up your ad. A lot of people will be tempted to go into crazy descriptions and get, a $5,000 copywriter to write a simple ad. Right now, you don't need to worry about that. We just need our primary text. Magic for your kids at night. Headline, beautiful gift for your beautiful child. I'm basically just making this up as I go along. You've got to put a bit more advice into this. There's plenty of advice about a bit more thought into this, of course, but I'm just moving through this very quickly to show you how to do this. And then, in the description, something like, no more painful bedtimes. Relax and distract your child or something like that, okay? And then I'm going to go to here, find my page, okay? Find my URL, copy that. Where am I? Go back to Ads Manager. I'm going to paste it in there. All right. I can put a display link in here if I want to shorten my ad. I'm not going to do that right now. And then obviously the call to action is to shop now. Okay. I can go back up here, right? and have a look at my previews and look how beautiful that looks, guys. Seriously, that is just a nice little ad, isn't it? Okay, across some of the ad formats we're not doing, etc., etc. So the next thing then is to confirm. And as you can see, it's thinking about it. That's going to come up in your ads manager. All right. It's going to be saying that it's going to take a while to verify. All right. It'll be in review. Hopefully Facebook will be nice depending on what day it is. Okay. It says in draft now, but if I refresh that, well, it's disappeared. That must be a caching thing. Okay. But forget that for now. It will be in there as in review. Okay. And that's basically how you create an ad, guys. So what do you think of that? Does that look easy to you guys? Let me know. Let us know in the comments if that looks easy. Lewis, tell me.
Seeing people in the comments now saying that they did hashtag bloody easy. That was actually. Go ahead and take your screen off for a second, so we can see everybody. Everyone say hashtag bloody easy. Rory, you're killing it. That was from Lewis. People are excited that we're doing lives back to back in a row. Seems like everyone seems to be seeing that this is an easy process. And I mean, just how quickly you had the video up. I mean, that's what the hardest part.
20 minutes. That was very good, Rory. Yeah. Well done.
Yeah, man. You went through it and you blazed through it. So, so I'm gonna see if we have some.
Yep. Over to you, Drew. I'm gonna stop talking now. My voice is sore.
Man. No, you killed it. You killed it. I appreciate that. I'm gonna see. We have a question by Pawan. Okay, Pawan here. I'm gonna post it up so we can all see it. So he says, "How to set up the shipping time, and what if we don't get good suppliers that can't ship on time?" So a lot of people are probably dealing with that.
My recommendation is don't use them. Find a good supplier. That's a really important thing. You don't want to. At the end of the day, you got to do your due diligence, right? You've got to deal. You've got to be an entrepreneur. You got to be very clear about your expectations, especially with people in China where you've just got to be very, very clear. They will not do something unless you don't ask them to. Okay, so do your due diligence. Make sure you've got a good dialogue with your supplier. Make sure you're very clear in defining your expectations and telling them that you're going to lose face. Okay, that's a powerful thing to use. People in China is, I'm going to lose face. This doesn't work. Okay, so very clear in your expectations. Don't expect people, your supplier in China to show initiative for you. It's your responsibility to show your own initiative, to be a businessman, to cover your bases, okay, and to select good relationship.
So I'd add two things. The setting, if you want to set a shipping time, you can do that in your Shopify store, because on your order you can say how many days it's going to take, and you would just quote the exact same shipping time that your drop shipping supplier would give you from China. And the other thing is, when we pick up hot trending products, we try and identify products that are not just something you could get walking down the aisle at Walmart, And so if people can see that the product is worth waiting for, then they will wait. And that's the key to drop shipping. You can't sell something that people can just get from any store anytime they want. It has to be something worth waiting a couple of days for.
Yeah, I think that's awesome too. And then the question while you were setting up the ad, actually, Rory, that I had was, how many ad sets would you initially create if you wanted to, let's say, create a profitable ad in the beginning? Because I get a lot of questions sometimes too, with folks who would DM me and ask and say, hey, if I'm just starting out, right? How many ad sets and what would I set it to? And how much per day should I set my ads to be spending? So how would you do that if you're starting out as a beginner?
It's hard for me to think about it from a beginner's perspective. But basically the way that I operate is that when I run an ad campaign, I create at least 15 different variations straight off the bat. Okay. But for someone who's a beginner, right? And when you're just trying to discover if this product is actually going to be working, right? You're going to go through a few products, all right? They're not always just going to work the first time. So you don't want to blow your budget by running it over 4 days with 10, 15 different ad sets. Probably just start with the one and see if you're getting any engagement and sales at all. Okay, if it's not working for you, scrap it and move on to the next one.
Awesome.
Does that answer your question, Drew?
Yeah, I mean, it did. I mean, it started with just a lot because there's really, I think it's just the point is there's really no way to tell if the one you put up is going to be the #1 winner, right? And so therefore the best way is to have quality product, which you guys created a quality video like within seconds, which was wild. Downloading it, having it, say exactly what it is, getting that copyright. And when you get the copy, when you're playing around with the copy, I guess, would it be smart? And I guess in my opinion, I would switch up the copy a little bit in each variation to see which one catches, right? So out of the 15 ad sets that I put out there, or the 15 ads that I'm testing, whichever, obviously I'm gonna listen to the data. We're gonna follow the numbers because that's what we do here. And what I'm gonna do is pick the ones obviously that are performing, cut out the losers, and continue to play with the copy, iterating, making changes, and just cutting out the losers continually and keeping the winners, and obviously investing more money and time into those that are winning.
Absolutely, but you wouldn't do that unless you were getting some sort of traction from your ad to start with, and that's a lot of work to go to. Absolutely, you're absolutely right on how to do that, Drew. In terms of doing an effective advertising campaign on Facebook, you should have at least 15 different image and copy variations. You need to leave that running for 4 days to get proper metrics, because Facebook's just going to estimate for the first few days. It's not really giving you hard data, all right? So before you go into all that effort, you just want to find out if the product's going to sell.
Right. Go ahead, Mr. Lewis.
I'll contribute something. So what Rory's picking up on is how you need to use real data, and you just happen to have, if you have a subscription to ShopInspect and you can get a free trial, you just happen to have access to over 100 million products, right? Should I share my screen quickly?
Yeah, go ahead.
Share screen, entire screen, share. Okay, so you've chosen your hot trending product, or Rory's chosen his hot trending product, and he kind of, what resonated with him was the glow in the dark stickers. So if we put like glow in the dark stickers, what this is going to do is it's going to find every product on Shopify, 100 million products across the world, and it's going to find every single glow in the dark sticker on Shopify. But it's going to sort the list you're going to get, which is going to be thousands of products. Okay, it's sorted by a very clever algorithm that we've got, which takes the traffic going to these pages and the price of the product, and an algorithm of how many people on those products would typically buy, which is like between 1% and 2%. And then you can see how much money these stores are making. So like this one, which is so similar to the one that we saw, was 100-piece kids bedroom. They're getting 5,000 visitors a month. It happens to be AUD, which is Australian dollars, which makes me laugh because Rory kind of loved this for his kids, But here you can go and see the store. And so you can, using data, know exactly how to set up your store. If these guys are doing it, and if you did it very similar to that, then you should also be able to get your, $598 a month revenue from this. There's a few other things which when it comes down to advertising, because it's all these are the keywords that people are searching for when you looking for this. But when I first kind of was looking at this product, I put in the word luminous stickers. And what's really funny is that luminous stickers doesn't get any searches, and there's no traffic for it, and there's nothing like it. Why? Because nobody can spell the word luminous, and as a result, no one's actually searching for that, right? So when you put in a product research, make sure you're using a word that your everyday person can actually use. So
yeah, right. Coming back to keeping everything simple, right? Easy does it. So I do have a couple questions. So go ahead and see if we can knock some of these out. Guys, go ahead and continue. Again, if you're watching live, hashtag live, okay, and hashtag replay. If you're watching this later on the replay, which we will have, leaving your questions in and being engaged is one of the best ways to be up for the winnings or the runnings for Kevin David's new book that's released, The Unfair Advantage. And right here we have a question from Lewis, the other Lewis. It says, any good advice to start? I'm just going to take a quick stab. I mean, at this point, Lewis, I would say immediately, if you don't have access to the information about, or if you haven't done the research on Shopify or how to get started on drop shipping, I would do that immediately. And when I say that, that's essentially telling you to just start. I wouldn't wait for the perfect, magic, put together moment that you think you're going to have an epiphany to just get started. I think you should just dive in, go in, get your hands dirty by going in and YouTubing somebody that you know and trust on YouTube. Kevin has a lot of videos on Shopify as well, and his course covers that as well. So I'm gonna leave the rest to you guys to put in your inputs for Lewis.
I'll jump in there. The best place to start, I would say, would be Kevin David's Shopify Masterclass. At the end of the day, you can do this on your own, right? You can go out and you can pick bits from here, there, and everywhere, right? You can pick YouTube videos. You can do it all for free, right? But for me, my belief is if you're going to start a business, right, get yourself a mentor, right? Get yourself someone who's been there, who's proven the process, and who knows all the tricks. And most importantly, they've made all the stuff ups before, okay? They can help you avoid the dummy tax and the experience tax of trying to do things on your own. Entrepreneurs should never be lone wolves, okay? They should surround themselves with a network of people who are doing the same thing as them, and they should get themselves a mentor. That's called standing on the shoulder of titans, okay? We talk about, that's a saying we use a lot. Standing on the shoulder of titans means you're standing on a giant. You can stand on their shoulder and you can see a lot further. Okay, because they've done the hard yards for you. That's why you would have a mentor. And as far as I'm concerned, our Shopify program is fantastic. It's all laid out there for you. We've got a huge sale on, Black Friday sale on now. Okay, failing that, right, at least just follow one person's videos. I recommend Kevin David. Looks like we lost you there for a bit, Drew.
Yeah.
So let's have a look at some more of these comments. I'll try and follow some of these questions while we try and get Drew back. Not sure what's happened there.
Well, here's a question for you from Fred Eric. When choosing your audience, are there audiences you always choose, like engaged shoppers in your ads?
Absolutely. So, but it really depends, Fred, on what you're targeting. Okay. So you as you create more ads and more ad sets, right, you will start to discover what works for each type of niche that you're targeting, obviously. Okay. So if you've discovered that something works, then you would obviously do that again if you're trying, if you're using the same niche. Okay, but it's important to recommend that each niche is going to have different audiences. Okay, of course, engaged shoppers is probably a good one. All right, but it's not a step and repeat thing. It's a discover and refine thing. Okay, so you should always be trying new things, testing new things, and if you find something that works, yeah, absolutely include it in your targeting. Moving forward.
Cool. So I think I just booked out there for a second. So I apologize for that, guys. So here we have another question from Iliua. I'm not sure, did you answer the question yet already or not?
No, not there yet.
We'll put it up right now. So it says, hi, I have a Facebook group of Shopify, and one of the beginners recently asked me what is special about Shopify? There is much better apps today. I had nothing to answer.
No, I mean, I would not agree with that statement, right? I wouldn't call Shopify an app. An app indicates something quite small, like you can get an app on Shopify that converts the currency that you want to sell your product to the currency that the person's country is in. You know, that would be the app. What's amazing about Shopify is it's an entire infrastructure that you can put products onto the website and sell them with the payment gateway and the design. You know, these are the best designers in the world that have kind of created these templates that you can use. And I am a professional software developer. I mean, I sell ShopInspect, and I wish that I could have, you know, some of the back end infrastructure done for me that Shopify provides sellers of products. They let a seller just sell their own stuff and find products, but all the software and web development is done for them. And so no, I would disagree. I don't think there's anything better than Shopify at the moment. You know, there's 800,000 Shopify stores live at the moment.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
Add to that Shopify has a 31% market share of all e-commerce stores in the US. It's got hundreds of apps to do absolutely everything. And when you've got as large a market share as that, it's got better security. It's just better across the board, okay? Because there's more interest, there's more developers creating things for Shopify. It's got the market share, all right? So why would you start with something that is a lower market share than Shopify?
That is absolutely true. And then also touching on earlier what you showed with your example, Lewis, when you had the question earlier showing you like, how do I like pretty much start or get my store or get an idea or get intrigued to start something? You have the data, right? So the most important thing is the data, guys, right? So if you're just starting out with Shopify and the data you already know is the number one thing. You have stores that have proven track records of success, that have, you know, websites. They built their websites in a way for a reason, and they built it that way for a reason. So you want to learn from the best by the best. And so you pick up ideas from the people who are actually, doing the things that you're trying to do and trying to be at the positions that you're trying to be at, right? And so that's what I would focus on. I'm going to get another question here from Fred Eric. This Rory, I think, would be more applicable to you. It says, when choosing your audience, are there audiences you always choose, like shoppers?
We did that. Sorry, Drew.
We did that one, mate, while you were in when you were in cyberspace.
Cyberspace. All right, sorry, guys. Let me see. I think we have another comment. I think by Dion. I think this is more like a comment. Is it not a good idea to make the first engagement ad so that we have more likes and comments just for a couple of hours, and then we can move on to conversion?
Depends on how much you want to spend. I probably wouldn't bother.
So would you keep it at engagements?
Yeah,
there's a mum on a train. She's got the phone. The ad flashes up. It's a picture of sparkly stars. She's gonna either click on it and watch the video and then go through and buy it or not. She's not really gonna read engagement stuff.
Cool. Yes, I see LUS. So thanks for that question, Dion. LUS says thanks. Daryl, it has a question here, and I think it's pretty fair to mention or ask this, but it says, how do we miss the boat with Shopify, right? I mean, a lot of people have mentioned this with other business firms as well. A lot of people say it's too late to get into stocks. It's too late to get into Amazon. But I think the answer is usually about the same. And he says everybody's doing it, which I can get that where you're coming from, but you have to understand that data speaks. If everyone who's joined hadn't been making money, why would they still continue doing it? People who've been in it for years are still continuing to make money. So there's obviously a market for that. So what are you guys' thoughts on that question?
I laugh when I hear those comments. It's just most of the time when people say that, they've never even tried a bloody Shopify store. They're just people giving advice when they've got no experience in it. Like, they don't want you to have a Shopify store, so they say, like, yeah, no, it's some guy on the train to the left of me told me that that it doesn't work. Like at the end of the day, if you want to go into business, you put everything into it and you become the top 5%, right? So if you're not going to be in the top 5 or 10% as a businessman, then don't start a business. If you're not going to put your everything into it and be ready for failures and to get up and to keep going again, don't start a business. But definitely don't listen to advice from someone who says Shopify is dead, because I can tell you right now that there is so much opportunity out there for Shopify, just because half the Shopify stores I look at are absolutely terrible. Okay, so eliminate every single terrible Shopify website out there. Focus on your brand story. Focus on what is going to connect your customers to your brand. All right, and make sure you've got a powerful storytelling formula. Okay, the whole point, right, of selling and a good Shopify store is user experience. Okay, it's not about putting products and prices up on a platform. It's about when someone lands on your Shopify website, what is their user experience? What is the words that they're reading? Are the images great? How do they journey through the website? What happens if they don't buy? Do they go into an email series introducing you and talking about what you believe in as an entrepreneur, why you started your business? Okay. If you don't have a story, you won't have a successful store. Like, for instance, I want to talk very quickly about branding right now. All right. Because when someone lands on your store, they should be starting to be a fan of your brand. All right. Now think of FUBU. Why is FUBU such a massive brand? Because I've got such a specific audience. If you don't know what FUBU means, it means for us, by us. It's the African American community making products for the African American community. All right. So focus on your story. Focus on user experience. Focus on the long tail. If someone doesn't buy, are they going into an email pop-up? Are they getting an email series? Okay. That's how you build your Shopify store. And don't take advice from people who are still working for a boss, okay, and have no intention of ever becoming an entrepreneur.
Awesome. I think that's well said, Roy. Again, so I mean, I appreciate your question on that, Daryl. I mean, that's fair game to ask, and just hope that showed you some light. We do have a few questions, guys. We're going to wrap it up. So if you have any questions you want to ask us now, go ahead and do that. We're going to probably take another like 3 more questions. And this one is going to be coming from Mohammed. The only reason why I'm saying 3 is because now I feel like they're rolling in. So let's do it. So it says, so Mohammed says, what is the best ways to sponsor Shopify products? Do people really trust those online stores?
Do you want to take this one, Lewis? Or I'm happy to.
Yeah, you go on.
Okay, do people really trust these online stores? Depends on your gateway. First of all, have you got a proper gateway installed to your Shopify store, like Stripe or something, or have you just got a PayPal button? Have you got Amex, MasterCard, Discover Card, and that very visible in different places on your store? Because these are trusted brands that you should be actually piggybacking on. All right. When someone sees a PayPal, only a PayPal or a Google thing or something like that, instead of a full proper gateway, they always start wondering. All right. But the trust is basically.
So let me come in and just quickly say, because I want to just get to the last questions just quickly. Is that your question that you're asking, Mohammed? It sounds like you almost are defeated before you even asking. It sounds like you don't want to do the store because you're worried that people are not going to trust it. And maybe some won't, right? But then they're not going to click on the Facebook ad. They're not going to use up your Facebook budget because they know that they're just going to a store, right? So people that click on your ad, they know what they're getting. They're buying it from a one product store, and people make a lot of money, which our data shows.
Awesome. All right, let's go ahead and get to the last question that we have here so far. Right now is by Rish. Rish asked this. Let's see what we got here. It says, I have a Shopify store created since about 3 months ago. It has 7 products. Everyone I think of adding more every now and then. I think adding more products, I think it's not going to work. So how many products do I have to have in a general store? It's just a fear that I have, and not what it is. Not know what it is.
Can I answer that?
Go ahead, take a stab, Louis.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen.
All right, go ahead.
Because I want to show you what we show on the data. And after you found your hot trending products on ShopInspect, and after you've researched your products on ShopInspect, we just show you for interest what are the top revenue generating stores on the whole of Shopify worldwide, right? And these are Fashion Nova, Radio Shack, SteveMadden.com that are making $30 million, $40 million a month. Okay, these are the best revenue generating stores in the world. There also are what we look at, which are the trending, which are when we do data, these guys had 0 traffic 6 months ago, and they're getting 9 million visitors a month now. Okay, these are the fastest growing professionally run Shopify stores in the world, right? Body Candy. Now, why am I showing this to you? Because you can see their Facebook page, you can see their Pinterest, you can see their Twitter feed, and I promise you that these guys have got hundreds and hundreds of products. And that's what Shopify allows you to do. It allows you to have lots and lots of products in lots and lots of categories. That's an app, getaway app, in lots of categories. And so don't be afraid of adding more products. I think that it is only a problem if you have one category, and in the one category, you've just got many, many, many products, because that can create a bit of confusion. But if you can now spread it across all these different things, that's how these guys have gone from kind of 0 traffic to 7 million visitors a month.
Can I jump in there, Lewis? Just, another comment I'll make is that store that you just showed has actually a specific niche. What was the person's name? Sorry, I mentioned that they've got a general store. Have you got any? Can you bring up any general stores using ShopInspect?
I guess a general store. Let me share my screen.
Whenever you're ready, we can add your screen in there in a second.
So, like on the fastest growing, what would you consider a general store? Like candy?
Well, I think what they're saying is a general store is just like a bunch of random products, which I'm certainly not really a fan of.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, every one of these fastest growing stores, in other words, every one of these very successful stores are going after a very, very specific target, So you've got old time candy, you've got you've got like some funny gifts there, home security store. So I think if you're just trying to create like a buy anything from my store, that's not the answer, right? You're going to go after a niche.
Yep, that's right. If you're selling to everyone, you'll probably end up selling to no one. You want to be a big fish in a small pond, not a small fish in a big ocean.
Awesome. Hey guys, so we're going to wrap up, and there is one question that I want to get to before we do, but before I do that, I want to say Louis and Rory, thank you so much for being here. Louis and Rory and I, we were all just talking, and Louis was actually kind enough to give you guys a wonderful Thanksgiving gift. And it was a discount code for some of you guys who are interested in jumping on right now, and just taking advantage of the Q4 season, guys. It's below, and it's only available for 24 hours. There's a link at the end, okay? It's a shortened link, and I want you to go ahead and click on that. We'll also make it a pinned post in the Facebook comment section, so that way you don't have to misspell anything. You just click on it and go straight there. The code is Q4 is coming, and it's definitely is upon us. you guys are on the fence about starting a Shopify store, just start. That is your answer, period. Just start, get all, you know, set up your budget how you want to, whatever you need to do to just get yourself just to start. Because once you get your hands dirty, I promise you the next step will be a lot easier, because the hardest part is making that decision. And so that's why Rory took his time here to show you over the shoulder, to show you exactly how the ads are created, how easy it is to create it. We take a lot of pressure off your back, but it's only with the right tools, right? You know, you can't use a hammer for a screw, right? You have to use the right tools in order for things to work. Okay, again, if I haven't told you again, hashtag live if you're watching live, and replay if you're watching on the after the replay. Q4 is coming is our discount code. And I want to say for the last, before we leave, there was a question that I saw that I just felt like it really fit what we're talking about here. And this is by Rish. Okay, Rish says, sorry, one last question, which is okay, Rish. Thanks for dropping your question. It says, it says the question that stops me to start, as well as does the image ad still work? Question mark. It says, can I copy AliExpress product video and run the ad? I think that'll be perfect for you guys to just jump on that and answer.
So if you want to do it yourself, you can use the AliExpress videos, but just you may have to edit out some Chinese and things like that. But obviously, if you're going to use ShopInspect, the software that we've got the promotions on today, then it provides for you free product videos, and you don't have to do any of that editing yourself.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, if you missed any part of it or any part of Rory's parts, go ahead and check out the replay that's going to be coming up real soon. We'll be seeing you guys next week. We're here every Thursday I'm showing you the tools for Shopify, so that way you guys can jump on it and get started. We're here to help you. Bring your questions. The earlier, the better, because we can spend more time on your questions. Otherwise, we'll be with you guys in the chat, in the comment section. I wish you guys the best. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Q4. And fellas, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanksgiving.
Thank you. All right.
You guys next week, same time, 5:30. Peace and love.